Hello, my name is April Beck, and today I'm going to talk to you about the Monsanto and Bayer merger. One of Bayer's reasons for wanting to merge with Monsanto was it already had its hand in the agrochemical world when it created its first systemic insecticide, Cystox, in 1951. Since then, it started to grow and merge with another crop science company in 2001, while still taking care of its original business, which were dyes. So Lanxess had swirled off Bayer. Then in 2005, trying to focus on its vision of being a life science company where it provides food supply security and improves medical care, it took on Roche Consumer Healthcare to reach poor individuals or wealthy individuals, those who didn't have access to prescription medications or healthcare. Monsanto also had a greater reach in the US, making 53.3% of its sales there, and it also had a great research and development capacity. Another good reason were that other companies were already merging, and if you're trying to keep up with globalization and being a disruptive company, then you need to first keep up with all the changes that are going on. So here you see the different companies that had merged and the reach that they have. So to stay competitive, um, Bayer and Monsanto's merge needed to happen to take place so they can be competitive too. Another reason to merge with Monsanto, despite the backlash about GMOs, was that other companies were already experimenting and even using genetically modified seeds and organisms. And so that's another reason for Bayer and Monsanto to stay competitive because other companies are already getting some headway in the GMO category. When asking the question, why cash? We need to look at Bayer's financial position. They were strong in that area and they had sufficient cash. Also, the competitive advantage. You know, if you offer an all-cash deal, they will make Bayer a more attractive bidder in comparison to others that are trying to acquire Monsanto. Also, it gives you more certainty and speed. It facilitates a quicker transaction. It minimizes risk if the deal fails due to complications and flexibility and control. You know, paying in cash has fewer restrictions compared to deals involving like stock swaps. And now I will pass the floor over to my colleague, Fede. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Fai, and today I'm going to be talking about the consequences and challenges of the merge between Bayer and Monsanto. So, starting with the consequences following the merger, the consequences of market concentration for the agrochemical industry following the merger of Bayer and Monsanto could include reduced competition, higher prices for agricultural product and inputs, and decreased innovation. With fewer major players in the industry, there may be less incentive for companies to invest in research and development, potentially leading to a stagnation in new product development. Also, regulatory challenges associated with an oligarchic market in the agrochemical industry includes concerns about anti-competitive behavior, such as price fixing or market manipulation. Also, regulators may also be concerned about the impact of the merge on farmers, for example, and consumers, particularly in terms of pricing and product choice. Additionally, there may be concerns about the concentration of political power and influence in the hands of a few large companies. So now let's talk about the ethical concern. The ethical concern is related to market concentration in the agrochemical industry, includes issues of corporate responsibility and the potential for a negative impact on small-scale farmers and the environment. Here, We can also talk about the large agrochemical companies that have been criticized for their use of genetically modified organism (GMOs), pesticides, and other controversial products. And a lack of competition could also further limit alternatives for farmers to and consumers to operate. So here, overall, the merger of Bayer and Monsanto of the resulting market concentration is in the agrochemical industry is raising significant regulatory and ethical concerns that will need to be carefully considered by policymakers and stakeholders. All right, now let me show you this graph, which is showing the changes in price share 1 year after the deal was completed, the deal of the merger between Bayer and Monsanto. So you can see here that after the deal, a year after the deal was completed, you can see that the share price went down by negative 46.6%. Moving onwards, now we reach the recommendation for Bayer. So this recommendation is only if the deal went through, which we saw with the previous chart that the deal actually did go through. So now as a recommendation, if the deal is approved, buyers should focus on creating sufficient synergy by integrating the operation strategy, streamlining processes, and market expansion. This could also involve consolidation, research and development efforts, optimizing supply chain, and leveraging the combined expertise to develop innovation solutions for the farmers, which are here the victims. Buyers should also optimize maintaining a competitive market by ensuring that they do not engage in anti-competitive behavior and by continuing to invest in research and development to drive innovation in the agrochemical industry. They should also work to address ethical concern by being transparent about the product that they're using, and the impact on the environment and small-scale farmers. Now, as for Monsanto, the recommendation that we can provide here for them is if the deal, of course, is approved, which is, they should work on integrating their operations with Bayer's and align their strategy to maximize the benefits of the merger. They should also collaborate with Bayer's to address regulatory and ethical concern and demonstrate their commitment, because it doesn't look like they are doing so. So they need to demonstrate their commitment to responsible business practices in the agrochemical industry, because as we've seen with the previous graph, we've seen that people are complaining about them being most of the time in some controversial aspect stories backing them up. So they need to work on that so that they can change it for the best. They should also collaborate with Bayer to address regulatory ethical concern, demonstrate their commitment to responsible business practices in the agrochemical industry. Also, they should review their brand value, market support, and knowledge sharing. All right. Thank you for listening.